So from the outside, our barn appears to be like any other barn. There's horses milling about, eating grass, and kids taking lessons. After you take a closer look, you realize what's happening here is truly special. My name is Dina Mancini Godinez, and I am the head instructor and the president of Horses Bring Hope. We are a therapeutic and traditional riding barn located in Wakefield, Rhode Island. We empower individuals through bringing horses and humans together in a healing environment. We have a very diverse group of students and volunteers here, and some of them have gone through some pretty tough times. I have seen children with abuse issues blossom to life. I've seen children with autism and ADD break out of their shells. And I've seen foster and adoptive kids trust again, all through their relationship with horses.
I'm Skylar, I'm 15 years old. I grew up in foster care for about 11 years. Sometimes I was with my mom. Most of the times I was moving around from like Providence or Woonsocket. It was tough. After I turned like 11, I always thought, okay, this is not happening. I'm not getting adopted. I'm just gonna grow up in the system. And then 18 and I'll be put out.
My husband and I adopted Skylar and her sister. They had both been in the foster care system for most of their lives. And when they moved in with us, they were 11 and 9 years old. Right from when Skylar moved in, we knew that she suffered a lot of grief and loss and trauma and had a lot of separation issues from having been in so many different foster homes throughout 11 years, so many different school districts, much uncertainty about where she would end up and whether she would end up in a home with her siblings or not. She needed a lot of counseling. We needed a lot of support to get through those days, and it was really difficult. She struggled.
Emma is a 9-year-old little girl. She was born with trisomy 21, as well as a TEF repair, which means her esophagus wasn't connected to her stomach at birth. So they had to go in and do that repair. She also, over the years, has been diagnosed with glaucoma, as well as respiratory issues and ear, nose, and throat issues. So vision and balance have always been a challenge for her. Emma she's very few words. She signs a lot. So she has learned the sign for horseback riding. So every week she asks if she's gonna go horseback riding. And one of the things that she does do when she really enjoys something is she yells one more. So every time she gets off the horse, the big thing for her is one more, one more. So, and she signs horseback riding while she's saying one more. So she's very, very excited and enjoying it very much.
Back, I'd say about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, we had a family tragedy, one that Allie happened to witness.
My relationship with my uncle was extremely strong. He was just like an extremely strong second father figure for me. When I was about 15, my uncle committed suicide, and me and my mother were the ones that found him.
I remember the day we were knocking on his door to see if he was home, and he wasn't coming to the door. So we knocked on the windows and we looked in all the windows, and he wasn't coming to the door at all. And she was with me, and we were both getting anxious. I could tell we were getting anxious. And then I knocked on the side door. The glass actually broke, so I opened the door and walked in the house. And when I did, I saw a light on downstairs, and me and Allie walked downstairs, and my brother had committed suicide. She ended up suffering post-traumatic stress. She was also very depressed, had a lot of anxiety. It started to get worse and worse. She would go to school, she would have a lot of days out sick, and then it would get worse and worse to where she couldn't even go to school. She couldn't even leave the house.
11th grade, I was unable to go to school from the anxiety. The summer of 11th grade was the first time I attempted suicide.
Allie was so depressed, she actually told me that she was afraid to be alone, that she thought she might hurt herself, which as a mom is probably the worst thing you could possibly hear. That was so scary to me, to hear her say that she may be able to hurt herself. We had tried many different types of therapies, medication, pet therapy, all kinds of things, and nothing worked until she found Horses Bring Hope.
I would definitely recommend therapeutic or traditional riding to anybody because I think it's such a rewarding activity to do. The community here, it's such a family that I couldn't imagine now being at a barn and not having this kind of support. Every time I come here, my favorite thing is working with the kids and the horses because you get to watch the students grow, you get the community aspect, you get a family, and you also get to have a fun time with the horses, and it's so special.
I definitely think that this program enriches the lives of children and adults with disabilities. The thing that I think is really cool about Horses Bring Hope is that it provides a lot of people a safe haven or a place where they feel like they're not going to be judged, and they might not have that anywhere else.
Horses Bring Hope has become a second home to me, and I never thought that I would have one home, let alone two, so it's really great. When I'm at the barn, I don't have to be like the girl who was in foster care, the girl who has anxiety or PTSD or depression. I can just be myself.
This has been an absolutely fantastic opportunity for her because she can't really do and participate in the sports that her brothers do. This actually is amazing. She has an activity all of her own that she can come and participate in, and she looks forward to it every week. Seeing the joy in her face when she does that is just, you can't really put it into words. It's an amazing experience.
Horses Bring Hope saved my daughter's life, saved my family. It's just incredible. I can't say enough about it. She was a totally different person than she is today.
Horses Bring Hope did help me cope with the things that I experienced when I was younger. In the beginning, it really helped me forget all the different, traumas I went through. This program has made my life better in millions of ways.
If your child is struggling personally, medically, or academically, therapeutic riding could be the missing part to your family's puzzle.